Houston Rockets fans, it is time. The season is upon us. And honestly, we have a very promising player on our team. Um, Reed
We
Sheppard.
have multiple promising players, but we only have one promising rookie.
True, true. That's the word right there. And a lot of praise going to the young fella for good reason. He can ball for sure and everything. But a lot of people are saying rookie of the year, candidate, maybe. Rookie of the year
Candidate,
finalist.
yeah. To outright say he's gonna be the rookie of the year, I don't. That's just like setting him up for failure. You know what I'm saying? I think there's more shit not necessarily going against him, but there's obstacles he has to overcome for that to happen. And the reality of it is they're not all in his control.
True. Stacked roster. Some
Yes,
veterans, some
yes. Like
young.
that's you just hit the nail on the head. It's a stacked roster. It's like you don't know the extent to which he's gonna play, especially in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Ime is gonna do what he can to keep the best players at the moment on the court. So you don't know. Like it's foolish to say, "Oh, Reed's gonna play 25 minutes a game. He's gonna back up Van Vliet." Like bullshit. You don't know that
Yeah.
because Jalen could play some point. A man could play some point. There's all different lineups and rotations that Ime will pull out. So like, who knows? And because of that, he probably is not going to get the opportunity that other rookies will, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where when Ime puts him on that court, he's going to have to utilize every single minute to his advantage and show him I deserve to be out here. It kind of reminds me of a man a little bit last year where he was just too good to where you had to play him, and it still took
Yes,
some time to find minutes for him and Cam last year.
but the Cam Whitmore comparison is not as players, but like what happened to Cam is why I'm not just gonna like crown him rookie of the year or make myself say if he's not then he's a bust or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, is as good as Reed did in this past summer league, it ain't shit compared to what Cam did the year before,
Yeah.
right? And then you have Cam who barely got to play for like the first third of the season, the first half of the season, to the point where he was not even included in the rookie activities at All Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Then you got Reed coming into the same situation with people like Cam and the men in front of him. So it's just a matter of like I don't think that you're gonna get the opportunity and the shots and all that shit like some of the other guys. I believe he will be a top 5 rookie in voting. I believe in my heart, just from knowing what I know about basketball, Reed Sheppard very well may be the best fucking player in this draft. Straight up, like as time, but only time will tell. But the way the dude plays, the way he's made mentally, physically, his upbringing, his game is suited for today's league. That he's gonna fucking do well somewhere, somehow. But it's just not gonna be immediately.
Yeah. And I think like looking at what we've seen from the games, preseason, summer league, and all that stuff, the dude can ball. I mean, he's been playing a lot of preseason, which I'm pretty sure Ime is doing that to kind of see where he would fit in this. It's like, okay, do I have a spot for you off of this bench? But then it's like you said, competition and iron sharpens iron is our best saying that we have here, and you have a lot of iron to sharpen with, bro. And
I'll
it's
say this: Reed Sheppard was the point guard on the floor for the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, in the game against the Pelicans the other day, and he got matched up with Dejounte, and he got matched up with Jose Alvarado, who are both pretty much known as being good defenders. He gave him the work. Like he was the best guard on the court. He dictated pace. He got open when he wanted it to, when he wanted to. So I'm confident that he could play in this league with no problem. But
yeah.
just finding your spot on the team.
Yeah, I mean they were high on him. They said if he wasn't there when they were drafting, they were going to trade out. That was the only player they really wanted in this draft. They got him. Um, Dude can shoot. Like that's probably what his highlight reels are going to be. I mean, I don't like the comparison of the next Steph Curry stuff because that's too much pressure to put on a young player of
I think he's
anything.
much more of a uh, I don't think he. I think he can shoot as well. I don't want to say shoot as well as Curry, but he's definitely in that mold. But he does so much more for the team that people just don't recognize. I think his positioning on defense, not necessarily on ball, which he's not a bad on ball defender, but like off the ball, helping on defense, filling gaps, showing maybe they're false double teams or whatever. Like the dude is just so smart at playing basketball that he's so fucking good. He's gonna be like a better Dante DiVincenzo.
Ooh, and see, that's very valuable to a team. That's valuable to an Ime Udoka team also, where it's like shoot the ball, bro,
Yep,
shoot the ball. And
yep.
he's one of those that's not afraid to shoot it. He honestly, he's been getting praise from a lot of his teammates. Also, a lot of them are pretty impressed with how fast he's learned the system and the playbooks and everything. How well he's kind of put himself there and worked away. I mean, you're really the only rookie on the team, so it's like, all right, all eyes are on you, bro. We got you. Come on. He gets to learn under Fred. He gets to learn with Amin Thompson at certain things, and so it's kind of like one of those things.
They love that fool because he's the bailout to all of them. Amin can't fucking shoot. Sengun refuses to shoot. Steven Adams can't shoot. Tari can barely shoot. Other than Jalen and Cam, I don't and Fred and Dylan, you're not confident. But Reed, he's your bailout because he's moving without the ball. He's getting open. He's like,
Yeah,
oh shit, here, hey, just give it right here. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. I have a feeling. I mean, if he does get, I would have to say rookies would have to be really bad around the league for him to get like top two, three voting for rookie of the year with the lack of minutes.
So I
But
think it's gonna be a white boy rookie year, in my opinion. Like I'm also a fan of Dalton Connect for the Lakers,
yeah,
just because I think he fills a lot of the voids that that team has. Um, he just traditionally is the kind of player that plays well off of LeBron, the kind
yeah,
of player who, in theory, should play well off of Anthony Davis. The dude's like 23, 24 years old, so he's physically mature, and I think he's going to be a good rookie. I like in his abilities. He's going to have a Jaime Jaquez kind of rookie year,
and he
and
plays
it's
for a
going to be
good
hard for
market.
Reed Sheppard to match that with what I project him to get as far as like playing time. You know what I mean? Connect,
Yeah,
they drafted you early for your ass to come in and give some serious minutes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But my rookie of the year is I believe it to be Matas Buzuelos or whatever the fuck his name is from the Chicago Bulls. And I just think he's ridiculously talented and he has everything in his favor. Like you're a stretch four on a team who's just looking for people to score. You're from Chicago. You're playing for the Bulls. Your life is going to be ridiculously easy if you get Lonzo Ball back,
Yeah.
right? And that team plays fast like you like. So I mean, I just feel like if that dude might sniff 20 points a game this year, which is pretty much where a rookie of the year is going to need to be.
And that's where it comes right back to the full circle, like you said, playing time. It's like these top guys, Richard Shea, all these other guys, they're gonna get. Hey, you're the face of this franchise, bro. Like you're gonna go out there, you're gonna play whether it's 30, whatever, 25 minutes. Like you're gonna get to showcase. You have a bigger sample size of it for these voters. Everything. I mean, it would be great if Reed's invited to the rookie stuff because of how well we thinking he's gonna play.
I would say this. I could be wrong, and
Yeah,
Reed Sheppard gets more minutes than I think because I can see an immediate replay. Like he can really play like how Van Vliet plays, but off the bench. Like I
yeah.
don't see you would have to change the way you stop play stylistically if you make that swap in the game. I could see the NBA wanting Reed Sheppard to be in those rookie games and in the 3 point contest.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good for business, good for the team, it's good for it all. It feels like with the way that the trajectory of the Rockets are right now, how it's going up, where it seems like a playing tournament game team, it seems like a playoff team as of right now from expectations. The rookie of the year like comparison thing, it fits the mold of what the year should be. These should be all positive things like
Yes.
most improved player for a player, like these are all things that we should want. And so for him, I mean, not only the NBA, but for him also and the organization, it would be a great thing because The
Well, let
dude
me
can
ask you
ball.
this as a Rockets fan, and since
Yeah.
this is a video that is predominantly dominated by Reed Sheppard, do you believe that there is a way, and I don't want to say way like as in I want it to happen, but as Rockets fans, especially people like you and I who are outspoken about not being the greatest fans of Sengun, we catch a lot of shit from him because I've literally, and you can vouch for me, been called a fucking racist because I don't support him and he's white, and I'm we've dealt with that,
Yeah.
right? As ridiculous as that sounds, that's true. Do you think that there is a path to where Reed Sheppard, also being white, and the way he plays and what he can do, tempers back people's feelings for Sengun to where they can objectively see what he is?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that there's a way that he can back people's fandom away from Sengun just being white?
I can because I mean, when you break it down, he's Turkish, but I get what you're saying also because but I think it's those Shingun fans. It's those ones that truly believe he is the next Nikola Jokic. He is the next Dirk Nowitzki. He is the next Luka Doncic. Like, and for you and me, we know that there is a level of there's here that hey, you're really good, bro. You are really good. But you have to get to here to be acknowledged with those people, and you're not there yet. And so I'm not going to
No.
give that to you. Same way we don't give Jalen Green. But
Yes.
I think that it's just the fact that's their way of saying that, oh, well, you know, y'all don't like him or you're racist because you don't like him and this and that. But we're
I just feel like if
critical.
you're gonna, if like, because we've actually had people say, well, they prefer him over Jalen because he's white, which is the dumbest shit in the world. That's not
Yeah,
only dumb on a basketball conversation, but that's just dumb as a human being. But
yeah,
I mean, by that logic, then you should be able to like, get behind Reed Sheppard and temper back your Sengun, which opens up the conversation to like, would you keep Sengun?
yeah.
I don't know. It's just a train of thought. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm on either side of that, but
But it's a good question. I mean, to ask because I mean, I'm pretty sure that there are some people that would be swayed by that for sure. I mean, let's be honest. Like we know how the world rotates and turns and is in society. There are fans that are going to be Rockets fans just because of Reed Sheppard going forward. I knew people that,
I'm fine
yeah,
with it.
yeah, I knew that people that were fans because of Chandler Parsons only, and they were like, "That's the coldest Rocket on the team." I was like, "You forgot that James Harden was there?" And they're like, "He's not as good as Chandler Parsons." Like, okay, I know why you're a fan. That's cool. Keep buying merch, bro. Helps the team out. So yeah, I said I mean that boy there though that white boy there is cold though. Like he's
The
like I
dude's
said,
a hooper. Like I tell you all the time, like there's just certain people who are made to play certain sports. It's ingrained in them. Their heart beats it. Like it's come second nature to them. They don't have to think. And Reed Sheppard is made to play basketball. Like
yeah,
his brain just ticks in that direction, and he physically was not built to play basketball at sight, but it's like easy to him though because he's like, no, I
yeah,
move with it. It's like poetry in motion sometimes when you watch him. You know what I mean? Yeah, like he's got
yeah.
a little bit of shit, not shiftiness, but he's got flow to him. You see him moving side to side, and it's like he's smooth with it, bro. He's just a fucking hooper, and I love he's on our team.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Ime seems to like him a lot. He keeps giving him minutes, which is very hard on this um, roster. So we'll see where Ime puts him. We'll see where he
I
fits.
feel bad for like some of the other teams that got to guard the fucking 3 point line when the Reed Sheppard, Cam Whitmore, and Jalen Green are on the court together because they'll fire that bitch from a parking lot. Good luck.
Just come up and
I'm gonna say this too with that thought is one thing Reed Sheppard, I have yet to hear anybody else compliment him on this other than myself. I'm fucking so pleased he does it. I love watching him do it. Is the dude is not hesitant to pump fake one dribble into the mid range and shoot that bitch. Like he don't care where he shoots it from. He just wants to shoot it.
yeah,
And to know that his best shot on this possession will come closer to the basket, he'll get that 1 point somewhere else later. That to me, that is a testament of the fact that he understands the importance of possession. Like
yeah,
we got to get something on each possession,
yeah.
and I just love the kid, the Rocket.
It's like get the two and we can get the ball back and then get another two and there we go. Yeah, dude is smart. And then he gets to pick Fred. I mean, as much shit as Fred VanVleet gets from people, he can play ball, and he's a champion. So it's like, all right, pick his brain, bro. Like go over
Think
there and
about
pick
it
his
like this. Think about it like this. There was a bulk of the season last year where Aaron Holiday was getting a lot of minutes,
yeah.
right? Where he was actually hitting threes, playing defense, pushing the ball. If you give that opportunity to Reed Sheppard, there's going to be hard to get him back off the court. It's
Yeah.
really hard to find a way to take him off.
Yeah, and I think it will happen. I mean, there's a kind of an opening. I mean, that a Min Thompson role will figure out where he is behind Fred, but there's I think you can play a Min
At the four,
Shepherd
they're
kind of.
playing him at the power
Yeah,
forward. They'll put Steven Adams at the five and a man at the four, bro. Could you
yeah,
imagine that? A man at the four with Reed Sheppard, Cam Whitmore, and probably Tari Eason. They're just gonna run like crazy people.
because we know what Tari and Steven Adams want to do. So
They're gonna get all the offensive rebounds. They're gonna fucking they're gonna guard the paint. It's just gonna be beautiful basketball. Like it's
yeah,
gonna be Ime basketball, straight up.
well, we get the season starting on Tuesday, I believe. Charlotte comes to town. We get to see the finalized roster of this Ime Udoka roster. Good luck, Ime, because this year's tough. It's like we said, it's probably one of the more stacked rosters in the NBA. Being, I mean, you have Steven Adams as a backup center, and you still got Jacques Landale back there. Like, yeah, we for sure have a plethora of people. I know they signed Matt Bradley free agency.
Is that the dude that made the go ahead shot in OKC?
No, I honestly couldn't even tell you who it was because whenever I looked at him, they gave me three people on Google, and I didn't know who it was.
There's so many people on our team that need to play. I don't no disrespect
Yeah.
Matt Bradley, but I don't give a shit. Like I don't even know what we're gonna do with Jay Sean Tate.
Trade him.
I haven't very seldom do I hear anybody talk about Dylan Brooks.
He's just doing his thing, and
Yep.
I just need Dylan just to be Dylan the villain. That's all I need.
Yep.
That's all I need from him. You and Steven Adams be you, Steven Adams, Tari.
Tari.
Yeah, be the goon squad again, and I'm cool with it. And y'all got
And
to
the
upgrade.
irony of that whole situation is Cam Whitmore got the worst fucking attitude.
Yeah. A lot of eyes are going to be on this team. Houston fans, if you have not been paying attention to the Rockets, this is probably the season to start getting on the bandwagon a bit. It feels like we're in that, I'm not going to say championship team, but playoff play-in tournament
Oh,
team.
we're way different than last year. Last year we were praying to make the play in. If you don't make the play in this year, at the very least, we did something wrong.
Yes.
Straight up.
And that's
Because we
been
were
their
like
motto.
4 games off the play in last year, and we left a lot of games on the table early in the season. You gotta get to the playoffs this year.
Yeah. They got more veterans. They got better players. Players have adapted and grown. So we'll see. Other than that, Houston, all love, Rockets. It's gonna be a fun season. This is just the beginning. Reed Sheppard, you got this, bro. We're rooting for you. We outie. Later.